Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Patrick from Fight Prof, and today I'm going to do a breakdown of the Stipe Miocic versus Junior Dos Santos 2 fight that happened at UFC 211. So the result was that Miocic won by TKO 2 minutes and 11 seconds into the first round. And honestly, there isn't much to say about this fight because all Stipe did was take advantage of what Junior Dos Santos does in every single fight, which is backing up to the cage and getting stuck there. And he took what he did really good in the very first fight, which was catching Junior as he circled out with his right hand and finished him with the right hand. So it's obvious that his team was looking at the tapes from the very first fight, seeing what he was doing right and what he was doing wrong. Because in the first fight, what it was is that even when he had Junior Dos Santos against the cage, there was a bunch of moments where there wasn't that much activity, where he was just kind of standing in front of Junior Dos Santos or trying to just pin him against the cage. This one, what he did was actually just took a step back. As Junior tried to circle either left or right, he would try to like cut off the cage and just leave him and then catch him with strikes. So most of it wasn't even Miocic pressuring Junior Dos Santos. It was just Junior Dos Santos walking back against the cage. He's done it it's ridiculous. He's done it again. He got put against the cage by Cain Velasquez in his third and second fight. He got put against the cage by Mark Hunt, put against the cage by Stipe Miocic in the first fight, and is literally killing Junior. Like, he's taking so much brain damage from it that like he has to learn how to get off the cage because it's just terrible for him. One positive though for Junior Dos Santos was that he showed leg kicks. He kicked more often than I think he does in any other fight. He threw about like 3 or 4 leg kicks in the very first round. And it was cool because DC even mentioned on the commentary saying that after only 2 kicks, Miocic was already walking gingerly on his lead leg, meaning that he was already like he was walking on it funny and he was trying to check the kicks that Junior Dos Santos started throwing after that. If this was a 5-round war, like the last fight, then I could have seen Junior Dos Santos really pulling ahead because not only were the leg kicks affecting Stipe only after 2, but also Junior Dos Santos loves body shots. This would have really carried him into the 5th round, but got finished in the first round. So seeing now is that when people go against Junior Dos Santos, they know what to do now. They know how to put him on the cage, and that's where you're going to win the fight. So with Junior Dos Santos, he really has to learn how to get off the cage. I mentioned this in my prediction video, not prediction but preview video, that there's going to be a really big problem, and it was up to Junior Dos Santos to really make the changes to the fight plan. So it looked like he was going to add leg kicks as long with everything else that he was doing in the very first fight, but he really should have focused on just getting off the cage. That was like the biggest problem, and he didn't do anything about it. Stipe now defending his title twice. One more title defense and he's going to break the record for heavyweight title defenses. Who do I want to see him fight next? Honestly, I don't want to see him fighting anybody in the heavyweight division. I would really want to see Daniel Cormier come up a weight class like he used to fight in heavyweight, because not only is he really competitive, he's well-rounded. He's probably more well-rounded than the top 3 heavyweights in the UFC right now, because that division is just so shallow. And it would be cool because what if John Jones just messes up again and he can't fight for UFC 214? Daniel could come in and maybe become a 2-time champion like Conor McGregor. That'd be really cool. For Junior Dos Santos, who would I like them to see fight next? Is probably somebody who's more in the middle of the pack and willing to fight him. The easy fights would be somebody who would want to fight him in the open, like Andre Arlovski or Travis Brown. Nobody's just really going to want to put him against the cage. But if you want to really show improvement, who would be interesting would be Josh Barnett, actually, because Josh Barnett, he loves putting people against the cage and he loves dirty boxing, but he's not that much of a hitter, as in he doesn't hit as hard as Cain Velasquez, Alistair Overeem. That would be a good competitive match, I think. So that's all for today. I mean, this is a really short video because the fight was so short and it played out exactly like the very first fight, but Stipe got the knockout this time around. So next up, the next UFC event is going to be Alexander Gustafsson versus Glover Teixeira. I like Alexander just because he shows interesting stuff, whereas Glover is really one-noted. What he does is that he goes for the left hook, right cross combo. Basically, that's all he does. And what he tries to do is try to find the overhand right counter over opponent's jabs. But the thing is that Alexander Gustafsson is really good at mixing up his jab. It's not just jabs from shoulder level where he's jabbing people in the face. It's really up and down, mixing it up. He'll jab to the body, he'll jab then left hook then jab. He's like one of the only fighters that I've seen that can actually jab off the hook in the UFC. So I'd like to really, it actually is kind of interesting, like that fight. So that's all for today. Comment down below your thoughts on who Junior Dos Santos and Stipe should be fighting and what you thought of the fight overall. Like the video if you haven't already, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Alright, peace.